an apple juice bottle, a glue gun, and some Americana paint. What could happen? Pull up a chair and find out. Hi everyone, it's Miriam with a Y for Miriam's Nature. I'm hoping that by now you've seen part 1 of this experiment. If you haven't, I suggest you go check it out first. I've linked the first video up at the top and also in the description box below, in case the link at the top doesn't show up on your device. Don't worry, I'll still be here when you come back. Where we left off yesterday, I had made my odd little tool, checked it out with some paint, and decided it needed some modifications. So I studied my silly little tool and decided that part of the problem was I didn't have enough space here for the paint to flow. So I opened it up a little bit more, kind of painted over it in black because it was really hideous looking. So I wanted to make it a little more presentable. It's still not the prettiest thing, but it's okay. I still love it. And let's see if it'll work a little bit better now that there is more room for the paint to flow. Alrighty, let's try this again. For this test, I'm going to use Americana colors by DecoArt. I'll use Purple Rain, Cadmium Yellow, Ocean Blue, Jack-o'-lantern Orange, Laguna, and Royal Fuchsia. I think I added a little bit of red, I don't remember which red, to the fuchsia to red it up a little bit. And then my white is titanium white. And all of my paints, including the white, have been mixed with DecoArt's pouring medium, and my mix was 1 part paint, 2 parts medium. I have found no need to add much water. Every now and then, if a paint has been sitting around for a little while, I may add a drop or 2 of water, but it's rare. And since all of my paints are in these little bottles, I haven't had to add water. Okay, let's try this. I'm working on a 10 by 10 inch canvas, and let's see what happens. I think I'm going to try my first one here. I'm going to start out by making my little wall of white paint for it to fall into. Let's start out with some purple and some yellow. I haven't figured out how much color to add. That's the trick that I'm not sure about yet. It's pretty so far. See, when it lands differently than I expect. The colors hover each other. They don't push each other out of the way as much as I would have expected. It gives the petals depth of color, which also means I have to be a little careful about how I layer the colors so that I don't get muddy colors. I'm gonna be kind of bold now, or stupid. You know, one man's bold is another man's stupid. But I kind of want to move this now. I mean, that's why I designed it the way I did. Gonna pick it up and put it here. The other thing I'm really tempted to do, rather than just fill it in with, let's say, white, I'm gonna fill it in with white that has silicone in it, because I kind of want these to lace into the silicone. A blue-like thing. So naturally it has to push out the colors that were there first. Bit of red. And now out here. Not sure what to do with the center there because I'm not sure how that's going to work out. So before I commit to adding more there, I'm going to have to play with that. Well, I'm going to put some white here. Let that push the first layer of color down. And these petals are amazing. Can you see the color variation in here? Oh my gosh. I doubt I'm going to be able to keep that if I start tilting this, but wowza. Well, time to pick this up. Now to figure out what to do with the center of these. What if I come in here like so? What will happen? Now they look like horseshoe crabs. Oh, you know, I love doing that. See, but this is only going to work if I don't tilt these. And if I don't tilt these, there's going to be way too much paint on the canvas. I don't think this will dry well. I think this will be a crazing, cracking nightmare. But holy gosh, I don't want to touch these now. I'm liking this little horseshoe flower thing. I think I may have to risk letting this sit and not moving these. First, I've got to pull the white out because I've got this sort of ridge line of white, and we can't have that. If I do that, maybe I've got a shot at this drying okay. Maybe. So what I'm doing now is pulling the white paint out, spreading it so that the petals relax a little bit. They don't stand up like all domed up kind of. That is a killer amount of paint to try to let sit there, but if you don't try, I'll never know. I don't know that I've ever tried letting something this wet dry. I think I'm going to have to, because there's just too much coolness going on there. It's kind of like an alien flower. So what could happen is the petals might crack and craze, and that might be interesting. This is so pretty. These have maintained a decent shape. These have been maintained. These have kind of gotten a little wonky. So what I might do with this one is alter the shape of the petals. I might have some fun with that. God, I love this one. Oh. Now to fill this in with some siliconed white. So this is the only silicone in the whole thing. Is just in this particular paint coming out of this particular little bottle. No other paint had silicone in it. Siliconed white here. Now to play with this one. I'm going to come in between the petals first and see what that does for something a little different. Kind of makes me want to do something similar here. Let's play with this one. What I've decided to try to do is put a flower here that's sort of falling off the canvas. So in order to do that, my hope is that I can direct the paint to only come down on some of the petals, not all of them, so that I don't just have a bunch of paint spilling off the canvas for no reason. So I'm going to try to only let it fall down these petals. Like I'm not going to feed the other petals. I think that's going to work out pretty nicely. Put some silicone. Okay, and then now I'm going to do the same on the other side that also needs something to make up the empty space. This one I will put here. Maybe down a ways. Yeah, I can't decide. Oh, there. Oh wow, I forgot to put white for it to fall into. Oh, because I was looking at this and going, why is it moving not like the others? Because I forgot a crucial step. So I think that's worked out pretty decently of filling in some really big areas of negative space that I really didn't want to have be so extensive. So with this one here, I'm going to toy with giving the petal a fringy edge just to see what that could look like. Because this whole canvas is one big experiment. I get to play and try everything. The other day I did something where I made up fish. I am making up flowers. This is my little alien garden. I think some of these are quite lovely and I would plant them. Again, here I'm filling in with the siliconed white so that I can get fun little lacing and selling and all that. I'll bring that into the white. This one's really pretty too. Oh, I can't wait to show you this one. Oh my goodness. Just giving the petals a little bit of something, a little oomph, because they're just, the yellow took over so much. Oh my word, oh my gosh, this whole experience here, plant life form, I don't know, maybe on this alien world these things aren't called flowers, maybe they're some other kind of life, maybe they talk. What purple, it's a lot of naked purple. I kind of feel like I should do something with that. Yeah, that's more interesting. This just is so much color and so much fun, and there's a lot of yellow here. For me, this is a lot of yellow, but it's so pretty. Kind of gotta play with this bloom down here. Oh my word, I just want this to dry well because these are really wet, so bad things could happen. Bad things. Let us work on this guy. This one is really interesting. The petals all mushed together, so I can't even make out where the different petals were, except the only hint I have is these little purple things kind of tell me that there was a petal here, one here, one here, one here. But other than that, I'd never know. So I kind of need to at least restore some separation of petals. I need some more white paint here to do that. Okay, now, well, maybe this one will come in through the purple. What I'm trying to do now is pull off some of the excess paint here, because that's a lot of paint. I've been struggling with how to make up for the fact that this area is kind of wonky, and what I decided to do was to have this not be necessarily a round flower, but one that has flowers, that petals that come up kind of like that, so that they all taper down. So that will take care of that little issue for me. If they all kind of work down this way. And it also lets me pull some paint off the canvas, because man, oh man, do I need to do a lot of that wherever I can. That's just to clean up that line. So it's more like a fan type bloom. I think that looks good. Now, originally, this was my favorite bloom, but now, I don't know. But what I do want to do to it is I want to make the petals a little hairy on the ends. I don't know why. Because I want each bloom to have something that makes it really different than the others. And an advantage to making these little hairs is it let me kind of correct some of the awkward petal shaping of this bloom too. So that was an added little bonus. I really think there's not much else I should be doing to this. I'm going to try to put one petal here. I think that's going to work out. Yeah, that's going to make me feel better, because that corner was looking extra naked. I scraped it off and started over. It was a little too much. So I kind of got a little too tendril happy for my own good, and it was a little too overpowering. So I have to starting again. I'm going to be a little tamer this time, because there's enough going on here. This one petal can't take over the whole show. So I have to be a little more restrained, a little more mature about my gardening. Stuff like that down. And I can have little baby tendrils, but then I have to stop. Not like those big monster ones I was doing before that were totally inappropriate. All right, I think that has to be it. I am calling this done, and I am now going to hope and pray that it dries halfway decent, because it's pretty darn cool. It's my little alien garden. I'm trying to figure out which one I like the best now. I think it's this one. This one looks kind of fiery. I like that one, and I like this one a lot too. Alrighty. Let me take you down for a close-up so that you can see the before, because I don't know that this is going to dry well. Because usually my paintings dry pretty much the way I leave them. But this one has a lot that could go wrong. Each one is so remarkably different. It's hard to believe they were poured pretty much the same way, but the results were all so totally different. Isn't that one spectacular? Oh my gosh. It's like some wonderful fire explosion. Ugh. That one's the least exciting to me now. I like that one very much too. I kind of painted in these little lines toward the end so that it looks kind of like where it would attach to the stem. And then this is the little one that I added to the corner, just so that the corner isn't so naked, so that the whole thing seems a little more balanced now. I love it. It was just one of the most fun experiments. All right, let us cross our fingers and see how this puppy dries. This was a totally fun experiment. DecoArt sent me the Americana paint and their pouring medium, but I'd buy both any day of the week. The paints dried really vivid, and DecoArt's pouring medium flat out saved my painting. I liked this medium already, but now I'm more impressed after the way that it handled all that paint. Some things definitely changed when the painting dried, but there are no cracks, and interestingly, the only thing that happened in terms of crazing was in the yellow, and I kind of like it. I have no idea what caused it, but I hope I figure it out because I would want to reproduce that effect. Let me know in the comments what you thought and which flower was your favorite. Give this a thumbs up to let me know to make more videos like this. And please share this wherever you can. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell, so that you can catch every fun idea coming up, because now you know that I've got a glue gun and I'm not afraid to use it. Links for everything are in the description box below the video and in the convenient shop that I set up for all of you. Thank you so much to those of you generously sponsoring my channel, and to those helping me out by clicking on links to get you to Amazon. It's all making more videos possible. As always, thank you for watching. Go let your creative nature shine now. Hugs to you all. See you next time. Bye now.